My 8-year-old had been saving every spare dime for nearly a year to buy an art set, but when I lifted his jar one morning, it was empty, just a few lonely pennies clinking at the bottom. I thought he'd been robbed. I never expected what I found out next. I was running late for work and needed quarters for the parking meter. Aram's little jar on his shelf always had some. When I picked it up, though, it felt weirdly light. I shook it. Clink, clink. Only 3 pennies rolled inside. That made no sense. My son had been saving for months. Every birthday dollar, every bit of change he found in the couch cushions, straight into that jar. His goal, a big professional art kit from Michael's. He'd been talking about it nonstop, so seeing that jar nearly empty hit me like a punch. I set it back and waited until he came home from school. When he walked through the door, I handed him a PB&J and asked as casually as I could, "Hey buddy, where'd all your art money go?" He froze mid-bite. I gave it away. I blinked. "You what?" He fidgeted with the crust of his sandwich. "To Lily, from my class. She didn't have anything for art time. Her crayons are all broken, and she got in trouble for borrowing too much. I just wanted her to have some." I swear, my heart did this weird twist. Half pride, half ache. "You gave all of it?" He nodded. "Yeah." She cried when I told her she could buy new ones. It felt nice. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Kids shouldn't have to worry about something as small as crayons. Why didn't that little girl have any? The next morning, I stopped by Aram's school. The receptionist led me to his art teacher, Ms. Jameson, who looked instantly emotional when I brought up Lily. "She's a sweet kid," she said softly, "but she's been struggling. Her dad left last winter, and her mom's been working nights at the grocery store. They lost their apartment 2 months ago. They're staying in a motel across town." I felt my chest tighten. I thanked her and drove home, staring at every passing strip mall, wondering which one her mom worked in. That weekend, I bought 2 identical art kits, one for Aram, one for Lily, and told my son he could deliver them both. He was over the moon, but Monday after school, he came home looking disappointed. "She wasn't there today," he said. "Teacher said they moved again." Moved again? I could tell something wasn't right. That night, I called the school office. They didn't have a new address, just a note that Lily's family had withdrawn until further notice. Something in me refused to let it go. The next evening, after dinner, Aram and I drove by the grocery store Ms. Jameson had mentioned, and that's when we saw them. A tired-looking woman was sitting outside near a rusty old minivan, folding laundry on the hood. A little girl was next to her, drawing on the back of a pizza box with a dull pencil. "That's her, Mama," Aram whispered. We parked nearby. I walked over slowly, trying not to startle her. "Hey, are you Lily's mom?" She looked up, startled, eyes wary. "Yes, I'm sorry. Are you from the school?" "Not exactly," I said gently. "My son's in her class. He just wanted to give her something." Aram stepped forward and held out the wrap box. "For you," he said shyly. Lily's eyes lit up. She tore the paper and gasped when she saw the big, colorful art set inside. "You remembered," she squealed. Her mom pressed a hand to her mouth, tears welling up. "Oh my God," she whispered. "I can't accept this. Your boy already gave her all his savings. I found out later, and I felt so awful." "You don't need to feel bad," I told her. "He wanted to help, so do I." She tried to smile, but broke down crying instead. "We were evicted when I couldn't make rent. I've been working nights cleaning offices. I thought we could make it until I got my paycheck, but the motel raised their rates last week. We've been sleeping in the van." I didn't know what to say. She looked so tired, the kind of tired that goes deeper than sleep. "I've been applying for apartments," she continued, "but no one wants to rent to someone with no steady address. I just don't know what to do anymore." Aram sat cross-legged on the curb beside Lily. "It's okay," he said simply. "You can draw new things even when the paper's old." That line hit me harder than any sermon ever could. I took her number that night. My sister manages an office building downtown, and I remembered they needed someone to clean part-time. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid weekly and came with access to a staff restroom and break room. By the end of the week, Lily's mom had that job. My sister even found a small rental nearby that didn't need a huge deposit. When I told Arham, he grinned and said, "So, she's got a place now?" "Yeah," I said, hugging him. "Because of you." He shrugged. "I just gave her what I had." I smiled through the lump in my throat. And sometimes, kiddo, that's exactly how the world changes. One small jar at a time.